All right, my son is asleep, so who knows how much time we have today. It looks like we're going live on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for hopping in. If you're watching this replay, I thank you even more. I just launched something called the Sounds Vault. So in short, what it is basically going to be a warehouse, metaphorically speaking, of sounds for you guys. So let me switch my mic. So basically, think of it like this. You're going to get a key to unlock an entire warehouse of goods and resources you could use to build any product you want. Okay, so that's basically what the Sounds Vault is going to be a big warehouse of stuff for you. And all you got to do is just grab the key to get in. So it's not free because I'm putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into this stuff. So I do need to balance my energy with more energy, aka dollars in America. But we do have free sounds though. If you join premium, just go to busyworksbeats.com/premium to get free stuff. If you guys do want the free stuff, let me just quickly show you what that looks like on the other side. So that's the link. So if you want 22 gigs of like free stuff, let me just quickly log in real quick to show you guys. So here's something called the free downloads tab. All you got to do is just log in and then you'll have access to all these downloads. So that's how you get free downloads. It's 22 gigs worth of stuff, project files, charts. We have airdrops in there. I got Instagram download stuff, presets, project file sounds, templates, MIDI, etc. So if you want the free stuff, just join us at busyworksbeats.com/premium. So I'm trying to take care of everybody here, but the Sounds Vault is a paid project because I'm going to be sampling rare instruments. I'm going to be sampling analog synths. I'm going to be sampling a lot of stuff and building products for you over the year. So again, in short, it's $29.99 for the first year, all the early birds. And then you guys are going to get basically a virtual key to get into this virtual warehouse, AKA the Sounds Vault. So today it's my job to demonstrate what's actually inside because the sales page cannot do it justice, honestly. You have to hear it and see it for yourself. But I want to say my hellos. We got Sibio6. What's up? We got Sing Along here. What's up? We got Ihor Solo Viav. Shout out to you. Val J is here, always showing support. Thank you. We got Jazz Vendor. A lot of new folks here. What's up? We got Your Asian Eye. So again, I don't know how much time I have today because my son is asleep and the studio's in a completely new room. So this side of the house is like near him. So if I wake him up, I got to go grab him. Just letting y'all know. So let me see who else is here. Vezra is here. Jazzy is here. Jesus loves you. He wants a relationship with you. Repent before it's too late. Shout out to Jesus. Hulk Briggs, where's the website for the free stuff? Here it is. Did I not copy it? Basically, if you go to busyworksbeats.com, hold on, let me grab an actual link. Give me a second. Again, thank y'all for being so fast to hop into live. We have so much news here that I have to quickly give it to you and I have to demonstrate the product. So bear with me as I do all this all at once. But it's so much easier going live with y'all. Like emails are cool, videos are cool, but it's so much easier to communicate as if we're having a conversation. Bully Finger is in the building. Shout out to Bully Finger. It's funny because I was thinking of you when I was talking about sampling rare analog synths and stuff. It reminded me of your collection of percussion that you showed on Instagram. So Bully Finger is definitely somebody that I want to figure out a way. I'm setting up my camera today, as a matter of fact. But I still am waiting on my lights. So that's the only thing. My lights are in a different position. So now I got to figure out how to put them up. Brandon is here. We got Hulk. But yeah, it'd be sick to go live with Bully Finger if he has time. But yeah, we're going to use his packs today. Let's do a cook up with your packs. That'd be fun. And Young Yachty is here. Prosperous in the building. Terrell is here. What up? Victor is here. Kingstone, what's up? Any advice for an upcoming producer? Yes. And the advice is to allow yourself to make mistakes. Okay, there's no right way to do anything. The reason I'm saying that is because when you really get into music, it's really like being a scientist and you got to start experimenting. And the way you have fun is by letting your brain make mistakes on purpose and like discovering things that you never would have discovered. Like for the longest time, let me show you guys something real quick. This is kind of a quick aside. But for example, I bet you didn't know this. I guarantee 90% of you guys didn't know this. So for example, if you do a hi-hat, NFL still, I'm running out of breath because I got to like sprint my words because my son can wake up at any moment. So I'm trying to get this live in. All right. So for example, if you open up the piano roll, I guarantee you guys didn't know this. So let's say you want to quantize the notes. You would hit Alt Q. Okay. What's wrong button? I hit Command Q. Let's do that again. You would hit Alt Q. Now I guarantee you didn't notice there's this thing up here called a template for groove templates. Now, groove templates you might think are like MIDI, but it's not MIDI. It's basically like extracting the timing of a drum groove into and applying it. It's like Ableton's groove thing. Okay. So basically, let me show you guys something. Let me just show you how it's done. So let's say you have a drum break, like AJ Hall's drum breaks are super fire. So what you would do is you open this up, and we want to open it in Slice X. Okay, you just grab your slice marker, put it on auto slicing, and then send it to Piano Roll. Dump the log to Piano Roll, it's called. Now, all you have to do from here is hit Alt K, and then center all the notes to C, middle C, so that what we're doing right now, if you're not picking up what I'm doing, we're extracting the timing of his drum groove. So listen to his drums. Okay, super just, he's just in his own groove, in his own pocket. So we can extract that pocket, that human timing, and then you could save it. Now, I never understood the difference, but here's the difference. You could go to File, Save Score as. I used to think score was the same thing as MIDI, but a score is the timing of the notes. It's disguised as MIDI interfacing, but really it's the timing of the notes. So let's save score as, and I have this in the new Sounds Vault, by the way. So I'm showing you something that I do myself. So let's do test, and then we're going to go back to our hi-hats, and we're going to hit Alt Q, go to template, load it up. And now we're going to go back to wherever we saved that groove file. And basically what we can do now, I don't know if I'm zoomed in enough, but if you mess with the starting time, you can see those notes moving around. Okay, so hold on. There's a snare playing. Let me turn that off. So listen to the hi-hats. I'm going to adjust the quantize so you can hear what this is doing. Okay, so hit Alt Q. And I guarantee you didn't know there was groove templates up here. Let me zoom in just so y'all can see. So this is the power. This is one of the many things that are in the Sounds Vault, specifically in what's called Neon Lights, which is our FL Studio expansion. Okay, so let's go to start time and mess with this. So listen as so that's regular timing. Hold on, I got to take off this MIDI. My fault, y'all. 20 minutes later, 2 hours later. What's up, Ozzy Gaming? All right, so here's what it sounds like. Here's before. Okay, so now let's start slowly turning up that start time. Oh, my template's not loaded. I was like, what's happening? Okay, let's do that one more again. Let's do this again. Now listen to the timing change. And it's like all those micro little gaps and those small timing changes. That's what creates the human groove. So I've created grooves inside of the new Sounds Vault. Now the Sounds Vault is a big bundle of stuff. And again, you can get it for $29.99 for beginners, early bird pricing. I was so tired of people putting out, let's be honest. I just got to be super honest with y'all. I was so tired of, and no shade to Producer Grind. I'm really speaking more towards Cymatics, if anybody, but I got to respect everybody's business. But I was so tired of the beta pack and to get on this waiting list, to get on this beta pack and then do the beta pack into the actual light version and the light version into the fully paid version and then the fully paid version. And we're going to do a remix contest. And then it was the same thing over and over and over and over and over again with no innovation. And it's because they're just trying to milk the viewers, and it just got annoying to where everybody started copying that. And I know it works on a business level, but as a consumer of sounds, it just made me not even want to check out the sounds. And I got to be really honest with y'all, that just got annoying. But I understand Jeff Walker's launch, marketing. I'm a marketer. I study Frank Kern. I study Dan Kennedy. I understand where these guys took their marketing from, but it does get boring. Like marketing's supposed to be fun. And so I got bored of that business model, and I was like, let me just do something easier, more straightforward. Look, we all want good sounds as producers. We're sound hoarders. Let me show you guys my hard drive right now. I just looked at this last night. I have 738 gigs of sounds. That's not including plugin space. That's just samples. 738 gigs. And that's not even including, some of the stuff that I haven't even added to this hard drive. So that's probably minimum a terabyte of just sounds. Like, we are addicted to sounds. And because we're hunters and gatherers. We go hunt sound packs. What's up, Johnny Ray? Your hairy aunt is here. So we go hunt sound packs. Reese is here. What's up? And we're like hunters. We go hunt sound packs, and then we got to cook it. That's why it's called the producer cook up. We cook with the sounds that we hunt down. And our nature is to hunt sounds. And so we have 700 something gigs worth of. So all I'm saying is, I said, why am I making this complicated with this beta launch into the light version, into the full version, into now you have it's just so unnecessary for me. You have two external hard drives available. Only two people will get this for $10,000 each. It just was so stupid. So I think in order to be innovative and creative with the music producer community, I just made it $30 flat fee for the entire year. And whatever I create in the Sounds Vault, you guys will get. Now, my goal is to acquire sound kits and drum kits so that you guys have the most massive library you could ever think of over time. And I'm going to be working with you guys out the Discord because you guys are sound designers. You guys are loop makers. I want to see if we could cut deals together. But that's the general economics. It's just $29.99 for the first year. And hopefully that math works out over time. But I'm not trying to tax you guys to death. Like, and I just want to say all this before I get into showing you this, because this is the philosophy going behind it. A lot of people are just trying to grab, take value. It just gets annoying. What else was I going to say? Because there's a plugin I really want right now by Tone Projects called Michelangelo, and it's $250. I'm like, come on, y'all. You got to lower the price for the good folks. I already have a gazillion plugins already, and like you making this plugin $250 doesn't help. You know, work with this. Maybe sub 100. We would all buy it. It's just certain companies don't really get it yet. It's a quality plugin though. You know, it's worth the money, but sometimes you gotta work with the customer. Okay, so without further ado, let me say my hellos and then we can get rocking. Johnny Ray says, right there with you. I think I'm close to 500 gigs of sounds. Holy crap. Can you create a keyboard shortcut to duplicate a beat pattern? Do you mean like this pattern, or do you mean while you're in this view right here, channel rack view? Because if you mean this, you just hit Control B to do that. But if you're talking about within the actual this, I just right click and clone. So that's how I do it. So I'm not sure where you're at when you're trying to clone the thing, but you can highlight, hit Control A. You could hit Shift left click. That's the best way to do it because it copies the timing. A lot of people teach you Control B, but if you hit Control B here, it latch pastes and you don't have the same timing. It's going to mess you up. Okay, so you got to highlight it, hit Control, highlight the notes, hit Shift, left click, just drag it over like that. So that's how you copy stuff. What up, Fly Tycoon? Julie Sokolov says, I've learned a lot from you, man. I love you, man. Thank you. I'm going to screenshot that and put it on Instagram. I appreciate you. So I've said all this. I think it's time to actually try to make something before my son wakes up. Again, I don't know how many minutes, so bear with me, y'all. We have a good 40 folks in here. Let's get the cooking. Okay. So the Sounds Vault, again, has so much in it that it's way too much to explain. I'm going to have to do like 10 live streams about it. In short, it comes with sound packs called the Beatmaker Blueprint, which is a drum kit / basically a lot of drums and one-shots. It comes with Neon Lights, which is the new FL Studio expansion. It comes with FL Studio themes. It comes with direct wave instruments. It comes with the samples for those direct wave instruments. So even if you just want the one-shots, I sampled majority of this stuff from analog synths. Some you can't even buy online because I flew all the way out of country to sample rare synths. So a lot of that stuff can't even find in online or in the country. I have 808s. There's drums in here. What else is in here? One-shots. Okay, there's something else in here. But the main thing is just the direct wave instruments and the presets for the mixer. So I have mixer presets in here for beats, for 808s, for vocals. Vocals, you know, I can only do so much with the vocal stuff, with stock FL stuff. Let's just be honest. You can only do but so much with that. Synth experiments, that's a bonus thing. Ultimate Producer Stash, this is really just a bunch of FL Studio project files that I've compiled over time in different genres, mainly hip hop, R&B. But that is a huge library of stuff. Plus, it comes with the Ultimate Producer Bundle. Oh, also, in the Beatmaker Blueprint, it comes with project templates from the Billboard Top Songs. So you have Doja Cat, Taylor Swift, who just won a Grammy, SZA, Drake, Bad Bunny, Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, Drake, and Morgan Wallen. And I've mapped out all their song structures for you, so you don't even have to waste time. Let's load up, for example, Morgan Wallen. Let's load this up. All right, I got to load all my plugins back. So here's my raw voice, but let me load up my plugins. I didn't have this as a tutorial preset. Okay, I was like, where did my voice go? Okay, let's switch this with RVox and let's get to rocking. We've done enough talking. G Hits is here. What up? I'm gonna read your chat in a second. It's got to fix this. There we go. Is this on? Yeah, okay. All right, let's add L2. L2 by Waves is very good for what it does. I used to overlook this plugin a lot. Okay, so as you can see, the structure is mapped out. Intro, verse, chorus, chorus, verse, chorus, 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 outro. So basically all you have to do is fill in this or use it as like a template to line up your patterns and just line up your patterns to match the Billboard level music production. So we're going to use this today. Let me save this as a new project real quick. Hold up. Tutorials. It's called live stream cookup. Sounds Vault. There we go. Say live stream cookup. Sounds Vault. All right, there we got it. All right, I'm gonna answer your questions before I get rocking real quick. Can you react to music, please? I should have my camera set up today, and then I should be going live. The only thing I'm waiting on though is to figure out how to put up my other color lights. So I don't even know when that, you know what? I got to track where I put it. Okay. I'm gonna get back to you on that. Basically just join our Discord in the meantime. Cause I don't have a set date on song reactions just yet. Yo, what up, Fly Tycoon? I've learned a lot from you. Thank you. Here in Brazil, a standard $200 plugin is $900 in your money. Minimum wage is $1,200. Goodness. So for someone who is starting right now, it's impossible to buy these plugins. You know what? I have a lot of empathy for you, Blasty, and that's why I wanted to price the Sounds Vault at $29.99, because some people won the contest. We had a giveaway for some headphones and some Adam Audio T7V speakers and some Audio Technica M50X, whatever it is, and M20X. I wanted to give those away because I never really used them like that. And the company sent those to me. So I was like, let me just send these out because I'm not using them. I already have speakers I like and I'm good with. So I went to ship the stuff, and the winners were from Africa and I think Australia, if I'm not mistaken. And I went to ship the stuff, and the stuff costs like 10 times the amount of the actual item to ship it out. I was like, this is not, I should have said American winners only, but I didn't know. I wasn't aware that it would cost that much to ship out headphones like that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give those away to somebody who's in America only. And it sucks because everybody around the world needs stuff. So it's like, but there's something about shipping that, I don't know if it's a tariff or what, but it costs so much to get stuff out of the country. So, you know, I have a lot of empathy for you because I don't know why it's set up that way. America's greedy, let's be honest. And America's going to get stuff handed to them. And that's just the truth. So I don't know what to say or do about it, unfortunately. It just sucks. Sorry to hear that. I already have UMP and just need neon lights. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Dollar, I'm going to get you in there. Actually, Dollar, if you could email me, info@busyworksbeats.com. Dollar, if you could email that email and just let me know that you have the UMP and you just need neon lights, I'm going to grandfather you in because you did business with me, so thank you. Do you have a video that shows us how to use mixers? I think people... Not specifically, but I think people want to learn everything about everything right away. The problem is you're not going to use everything about everything right away. So you're going to just overwhelm your stuff with information. But you know, that should be a good video I should make one of these days. I just think signal flow and trying to teach how to mix is just a whole 2 semesters. I've only been making beats for 2 years. Have a lot to learn, but your first trap tutorial was my first I made a beat from. Dope. Shout out to G Hits. I'm gonna screenshot that and put it on Instagram. How do you fix overlapping problems? You mean in frequencies, side chaining, or just EQ the overlap zone out of one of the instruments and only let one instrument exist in that overlap area. That's how I would do it. Like if an 808 and a kick are clashing at 60 hertz, I'm going to use a dynamic EQ or a dynamic compressor, whatever, so that every time the kick hits, it lowers the 60 hertz of the 808 or vice versa, either one. And that way they're not stacking up at 60 hertz at the same exact time. So that's how I would do it. Have you worked with J Cactus? And when you mean like making beats or content together? That's a great question. I think we went live together. He's in my mastermind right now. Shout out to J Cactus. I respect him, his podcast, Ocean, LLB, anybody really, produced by Jack, all the guys. I call them the UK boys. I'm still using free trial FL. Could you help? Yeah, I actually have a video called type in FL Studio Unlocked BusyWorks Beats into YouTube, and you'll find a whole video where I show you how to get around all the trial stuff legally. Like, it's not cracked or nothing. I show you how to get around that. At least plugins that are digital products could have a price localization. Wait, let me read that again. At least plugins that are digital products could have a price localization. Yeah, like digital products. Yeah, that's why I do a lot of digital stuff, is because physical, in order to ship something to South Africa to help somebody, it costs like $500. But digital, I could just send you an email and you get it. That's why knowledge is so powerful, because it's not tariffed and like beat to death by the governments trying to control other countries. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, it's, you know what, stack up on your knowledge right now. I wouldn't worry about physical goods right now, because truly all you need to produce is a laptop and headphones. If you can acquire a laptop and headphones, you'll be fine. All this other stuff, maybe a MIDI controller, you know, to get like a little more expression. But outside of that, you don't need all this other stuff. I literally have moved my studio room and consolidated stuff. And I'm like, why was I had like 50 guitar pedals plugged up, outboard gear stacked up, analog gear stacked up. It was just so much for no reason. I'm gonna get started soon. I've been answering your questions really just to catch up with y'all, but I think it's probably good I start in a second. We have 50 folks here. I don't want to have these 50 folks waiting. Yo, Busy, the Hoss effect helped me. I'm starting to see how music is perfect by not being perfect. There's your answer. I actually suggest thinking less about that stuff now and just, you know what? Oh man, this is such an aside, but it's worth it. Y'all ready to go down a little rabbit hole? I like underground music now. You guys turn me on to these artists and I can't stop listening to them. 10K is one of them. Lunchbox, if you guys know these people. Netspin, Joey, Jades, 10K, I already said that. Xavier So Based. At first I was like, but I actually like Xavier So Based. There's a couple songs. I think it's this one. I think it's Fan Out. Here it is. I like this song.
Back again, DJ Renaissy Show, you feel me? Got a very special guest. You know what I'm saying? Very great.
Shout out to the underground artist.
My boy.
And then we're gonna get to making beats. I just want to show you guys what I've been listening to lately.
Xavier So Based.
What is instrument on FL Studio? I'll show you in a second. Now let me preface this track. This track is probably everything. I think my son just woke up. Hold on, y'all. I think I just woke him up. Freak. If I woke my son up, I'm gonna let this play. But I can't tell if I just woke him up or not. Father life. I don't know. I heard something over there. But so on paper, these kids are doing the completely wrong thing when it comes to mixing, music theory, auto-tune. They're doing everything wrong, but it sounds good. And this is why somebody asked earlier, like, what's the best advice for beginners? Like, sometimes doing the wrong thing is the right thing. It's so weird in music. What is the track they use for reference and mixing and mastering? I don't really reference a lot, to be honest with you. But if you want to learn a good mix, that's a great question. I don't have references. I'm trying to think of a super clean vocal. It's a great question. You know, I don't have an answer for you. I don't reference. I'm just be honest with you. So that kid did everything wrong, but the beat sounds dope. Lunchbox, now he's a little more musical.
In the place I'm living, I just need me a vision. So give me a vision.
But if you listen to the drums, it's like not typical drum patterns. It's not boom, boom, clap, boom, 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 clap, boom. It's like boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap, boom, 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 clap, boom, 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 boom. It's like a whole different rhythm, and that's why it sounds cool. He's in need of a reason. Is it King Carson? Did I save a King Carson track on here? I don't think I saved any King Carson. I'm still trying to like figure out what you guys like about King Carson. I'm not understanding it yet. Same way with Playboy Cardi. Maybe I need to hear it in a car or something. King Carson, I'm not sold on the sound just yet. So I'm still trying to figure out what you guys like about that. Put some drink, I need it. Put some drink, I need it. Anymore. I just got 3 tens and I go to the front. I don't need ends anymore. I mean, the kids is super talented. Look how many tracks I saved from Lunchbox. Like everything that man puts out is freaking fire. So the underground is way better than the mainstream. Like, let's be honest, it's thousands of times better than the mainstream. And they do stuff wrong. And that's why it sounds good, though. All right, so let's get started. I've been saying we were going to get started for like, let's see. Been live for, where's my little thingy thing? Hold up. Live for 30 minutes. It's about time we get started. I think people waited long enough. So if you do have questions, please just leave them for the end, just because I don't want to ignore you. And I don't want you to leave because I'm not trying to ignore you is what I'm saying. So if you do have a question though, add a question mark to it. That way I can see it and that would help. Videos you've been making lately been slapping. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to try to make better videos for you. Do you think it's better to get a laptop instead of a PC? I say laptop is well, I'll say MacBook is more efficient. My PC laptops were great. Like my Razer, but it just had issues. I don't know why it had so many issues. Is it possible to mimic the style of JPEG Mafia? I did actually. Let me see if I still have it on this hard drive. Man, I don't know if I have it on here. Darn, which hard drive? It's probably on my other hard drive. Let me find it for you because we did a tutorial a while ago, and it sounds. I think I even added his acapella to it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's worth the wait. I just crack up. Have you guys seen the critics on YouTube about BusyWorks Beats? They're like, BusyWorks Beats, all he does is teach tutorials. It's like I make beats every single tutorial. Like if you want to hear a beat, watch a tutorial. And the beats from the tutorials are better than anything they've created in their entire month or year. So it's just funny hearing these critics who don't even have anything behind what they're saying. Okay, let's switch this and let's go down here. Now I made a hard beat for JPEG Mafia. Let me see if I find it though. Lord, where did I put it? Lord, where did I put the JPEG Mafia? Where did I put it, Lord? Was it screenshots? Hold on. I'm gonna find it, y'all. Desktop. Did I override my old desktop? I hope not. Freak. Dang it. I think I overrode the folder by accident. Darn it. Yeah. And the thing is, I have my search thing turned off, so I can't even use my search to help me right now. Hold up, y'all. Did I really override? I'm such an idiot. Whoops. Now I got to go find the actual project folder. Where else could it be? I can't even think. Desktop, maybe backup? No. Library? No. Dang it. Well, this is a download. Well, this is a PSA to save all your stuff. Darn it. I'm gonna just play the actual video. My fault. I got distracted. But I thought I had it. That's why. It's my mistake. I can't believe I deleted it. I am an idiot for that. Well, if you go to YouTube, BusyWorks Beats, JPEG Mafia, I have a whole video. The beat came out fire though. Here it is. If you love JPEG Mafia, I gotta have it. It's not a habit.
Feel like a bad bitch, I smack it up. This is a closed casket, this flow's mastered. I'm a whole has-been, I know it's tough. We're spitting off beat in my old spot. How you gon' tell me I ain't stopping, baby? You're not. Finna take that praise back, finna take the game back. And I'm still spitting in their mouth, I know you ain't that. Better put that money down, better throw that gas and tree. Better make it work, like they've been working me. And when this album over, work for nobody for free. And when this album over, work for nobody but me.
Yeah, JPEG over an Anita Baker sample is so easy to get a heartbeat. But yeah, that was the JPEG. I'm gonna find that file. You got me on a search now. Oh, you know what? It's on my phone. I know that much. I don't know why I'm going through all these hoops to find this one track. But this is what people do when they find dope music. They will do anything to figure out how to stream it or how to get it on their phone. But it has to be fire though. Let me see. JPEG. Did I delete it off here too? Dang. I deleted all my stuff to save space. Never mind. All right, we need to get started because it's been too long. How much money have you spent on plugins? Man, I couldn't even tell you. I have 1,700 plugins. If you add them all up, it's probably more than 2,000. Look, I have 2,700 plugins. You do the math. Even if I spent $10 a piece, that's $20,000 right there. And plugins, are not $10. So you do the math. Probably $250,000 on plugins. As far as value, some of the plugins the company sent me, but not. I like to buy stuff because if I'm going to recommend something, I want to actually be a buyer. I don't want to just tell you to buy something that I haven't bought unless I truly it would be an unnecessary expense. Tate McCrae, a lot. She has a very hit algorithmic and experimental sound that is very easy to follow. Chorus, verse, transition sound. Yeah, you break the song down. I've been watching modern song remakes and it's surprising how easy the beats are. Yeah, modern. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's a new program out by Navi D called, I think, Better Beat Maker, something like that, or whatever the program is called. And he's like marketing it that he just made a video where it says beat tutorials are, I forgot the words. I'm not even going to try to quote him because I don't know the exact words, but basically he's saying beat tutorials can only do so much. You need to hop on, you need to work with artists to make better beats. And I see what he's trying to say. Like when you work with an artist, you realize how much you overly produce. The problem is you can't learn how to make beats from artists. If you could, then they would be making the beats and you would be the artist. You wouldn't be the producer. So it's like trying to say, working with, how can I make this a chef analogy? Just because the person who eats your food tells you that they want it more sweet or more savory or whatever random word they're going to use that doesn't even translate to a technical word, it doesn't mean you're going to become a better chef. Like somebody could say this is not, it tastes bland. How's that going to help you as a producer? It's not. You got to have a coach, somebody who knows the craft. If you guys truly want to get better at making beats and you want to work with artists, join our Discord because we just got the acapellas in from Ian. So if you guys didn't know, we have a record label on our Discord, which is completely free to join. So I just launched it. Ian just put up 2 acapellas called No Sins and Senorita. Later today, I'm going to give you guys that link. And then we're going to have a remix contest on those acapellas. So we have our own. Basically what I'm saying is if you want to work with artists, you can do it for free in our Discord. You don't have to buy a stupid, probably multi-$100 program to work with artists. That seems backwards to me. They're not going to teach you anything. Okay, so hop in with this. Here's the link, Discord. How do you audition for the label? You don't have to do anything. You just hop in. And when we source sounds, I'll guide you step by step. Send the DC link. What's that mean? DC. Download. Oh, Discord. Wow, they call it DC. Somebody could say this tastes bland, and I would say, homie, what? It's music. Exactly. Who's my favorite artist? It's a moving target, but I would say Lunchbox is consistent. I'm adding him to my playlist consistently. Zai Benji is a Philly drill rapper. I like his stuff. His last album, I didn't really connect with it, but hopefully, he just makes hard beats. Hood Famous J, Philly drill artist. Got locked up, unfortunately. O3 Greedo was cool when I was on the West Coast, but I don't really listen to his stuff as much anymore. I don't know who else is kind of go-to. That's pretty much it. It's more of yeah. So if you want to, here's my last thing, and we got to start making beats. It's been almost an hour, y'all. If you guys want a free playlist on the music I actually listen to, go to my YouTube. and I've actually made a playlist called Streaming Hip Hop. Some of you guys make the playlist, some don't, but I'm even putting underground artists on it, so it's not all mainstream people. So if you go to my YouTube and look for the playlist, where's it at? Let me see if I could even find my own playlist. Can't tell you to do something I can't do. Hold on, let me find it. So here it is, Streaming Hip Hop. If you go all the way down and look for Streaming Hip Hop, these are songs I actually listen to at the gym, like to get me pumped up. So these are all, so this is an entire playlist of underground artists or whoever I find that songs are dope. All right, so let's get it started. We've been long enough. The Discord is super helpful. I suggest it for anyone who wants to learn from others and collaborate. Thank you. I'm screenshotting that one. I want to put that on Instagram. Thank you. All right, so my goal today is to show you the new Sounds Vault at busyworksbeats.com/sounds. Again, the short answer is that I'm not trying to be these gimmicky marketers out here with the beta, and no shade to Producer Grind, J Cactus. I'm really talking about the Cymatics business model. It got cheesy, let's be honest. The beta, I only have 2 USB drives on a digital file that I can copy infinitely, but I only have 2 USB drives to give out. They just have so many sample makers that the only way they can market their stuff is to make it all these little gimmicky things because they make too many samples. So that's them. Okay, so we're trying to take away the cheesiness of sound making and bring back the love of it. So if you go to busyworksbeats.com/sounds, I'm basically giving you a key to a warehouse full of sounds. That's the short answer. So let's demonstrate what's actually in the warehouse. So I spent a lot of time on what's called Neon Lights. This is basically an FL Studio expansion pack. And you could load up FL Studio themes. So let me show you guys some of the themes. This one theme is just hard. It's called Purple Dream. This just hits. Like this theme hits. Now the only problem I have with themes, I'm being transparent with y'all, is that you see how this turns everything one color? When you actually go to like find stuff, it might be a little bit harder to identify it. That's the only thing about themes is that everything is one color. So that's why I don't use themes as much because it's harder to read stuff quickly. So just understand that. Now let me find like an 808 just to show you guys something. So the sound visualizer is dope. This is dope. Oh, you know what I turned off? Let me show you guys what it really looks like. So if you go to your general settings and turn on colorful waveforms. Okay, that's how you get that color like that. I don't really like that because it distracts me. And also themes distract me, so I'm going to put it back on default. But I'm just letting you guys know we have themes in here. It's like 5 themes. Let me show you all the themes real quick. So if you guys are like theme heads, you could grab these. America is just super psycho colors. Okay, just being honest, red, white, and blue. Pinked out is pretty tame. Purple Dream is probably for like the younger people. And Steel Blue is for people who just probably more German type folks, more Eastern, more European. Okay, so those are the themes in there. I made custom 808s from scratch. This one hits hard. It's called 808 MD. I'm gonna use that today. That one just hits. And what else? So the direct wave instruments, again, if you scroll down, you could load these up just like plugins. So let's load up a bell, for example. I'm gonna use my MIDI keyboard to control this. And a lot of these sounds were sampled from rare analog analog synths. I flew all the way up to a different country to sample these. Okay, so that's just one of the presets. So you can load up a bunch, you can load up bells, you can load up whatever. So what we'll do, let me show you guys a higher level. If you load up Patcher, you can start stacking these sounds. So let's say you want a bell layer. Let's do bell. Which one did I just have? I forgot. Let's just do this one. Oh, can you not stack direct wave? Never mind. I stand corrected. Never mind. My whole little theory is out the window. Let me show you a different way. Open this up. Okay, so we have that sound, and let's say we want to stack a guitar. Let's do a motion guitar. I know this one's smooth. And then let's load up some kind of keys. And let's load up a pad. Let's do like pad, Bel Air. Let's say you want to stack all these. Hit the plus button, go to layer, and then highlight all these that you want to stack and hit set children. And then now play on your layer. Now all the sounds play at once. And I have a super unique sound that you can't get anywhere else. All right, let's make a beat. I said we were going to make a beat. Let's do it. So I have 180 plus presets and sounds for you that you could load right up in FL Studio. You don't need the paid version of Direct Wave to load these up. These actually load up for the free trial too. So if you have the free version of FL, you can load these up. It just has a little bit less functionality, but you don't need the functionality. They already sound good. So there's 180 of these, which took a lot of time because not only do you get the actual playable instrument, you get all the samples for it. So if you guys just like one shots, I have all the multi-tracked one shots going up the keyboard so that you have multiple things you could use. Now it's only one velocity. I figured you didn't need multiple velocity for one shots. So if you guys like one shots, you have basically a whole paradise of one shots. So again, think of it like I built a big warehouse full of sounds, and I'm going to let you have a key to the entire warehouse. So if you build products, if you just like going into a warehouse and finding new stuff, that's what the Sounds Vault is all about. Not trying to beat you over the head every time something comes out. So I said, let me just make it one price per the year. And all the products we're going to build throughout the year are going to go into the Sounds Vault. And only the people with the key can get into the warehouse. Now, the next year, maybe the pricing will go up. I don't know. I don't know how much value will be in there or the economics of it just yet. But right now, it's $29.99 for the first year. So get in while you can because it's like a stock. It might go up. You never know. And you will have infinite access to all the sounds without having to rebuy sounds over and over again. I just think that's corny. Yeah, that's just me. My philosophy. All right, so that's basically the gist of Neon Lights, is that it's an FL Studio expansion pack with drums, mainly direct wave instruments, 808s, drum kits, all your run-of-the-mill type stuff that you need, MIDI, et cetera, et cetera. And then we have, here's the real gem though. There's 4,000, I think minimum 4,000. I think we counted 4,000 banks. Okay, so 4,000 banks, I think is the right number, if I'm not mistaken, times like 10 presets per bank. So if you didn't know, Citrus can load up these things for the Yamaha DX7, which is a famous keyboard from the 80s or something. So if you click the drop down, go to Yamaha presets, go to import, you can go to our Sounds Vault. I just gathered these for you. I didn't create all these. These are just galvanized so that you have one easy to access thing. Okay, so if you go to Yamaha DX7 patches, you could load up any of these banks. Okay, so let's click this one. And now your Citrus has presets that it never had before. Click this drop down, go to Yamaha presets, and then it loads up the presets from the bank. So let me show you what these sound like. So now you get those really gritty 80s sounds. Now the tricky part is the only way to change the preset is to re-click the drop down and go to Yamaha presets. So it's not as easy to go through presets. Okay, but you hear these cheesy 80s sounds. So these are presets. Okay, so you can go through all the presets. There's 40,000 of them, so have fun. Basically, you have the whole collection of Yamaha presets from the DX7 that everybody's ever made, ever, in the history of ever. That's basically what it comes down to. I'm exaggerating, but that's 40,000. Come on. So that's in the bonus that we've included. And what else? And then you also have access to the Ultimate Producer Stash, which is like an FL Studio project template thing for you, a bunch of projects for you, and then one shots. So that's the gist so far. So I'm going to take feedback from you guys. As long as you let me know what sounds you want or what I should sample or what kind of packs you want, we're going to keep updating that. Let's make a beat like I said I was going to do an hour ago. All right, so I'm just going to play until my son wakes up. So I don't know how long that will be. So let's record notes. Let's record some chords here. Messed up the ends. Let me do that one more time. Also, I'm gonna go up an octave. The chord. I didn't like that chord. Let's just repeat it. So we'll just repeat that. So remember, in the Beatmaker Blueprint, you have these song structures. So I'm just going to use the background here as a template to help guide me in my beat making process or the arranging process. So the work's done for you. I've studied all the Billboard top at the time: Doja Cat, Taylor Swift, Drake, Bad Bunny, basically a lot of genres. And I mapped out the entire song structure for you, so you don't have to guess. And I think I gave you the BPM as well. So let me double check, make sure that's accurate. Let me see here. I do not give you the BPM because I guess technically the BPM is going to change per your beat. So that's probably why I didn't include it. All right, let's find some drums. We said we were going to use Bully Fingers drums. So let's use his drums. Now he has very like niche boutique type drums. So these are not your run in the mill drums. Like 12-bit drums, for example. He's like running it through stuff. I don't know exactly his process. But this is great for lo-fi. This is great for just stuff that people don't use. Let's add like a little swing. So I'm going to loop the beat just so we don't waste time. Figure out what sound kind of thinks the guitar. So the cool thing is, because they're layered, I can go to each layer and change out the pitch. One of these sounds is like, I think it's the bell. It's hard to hear that key. What up, Doozy? Pan sounds. I'm going to run those through. Okay, so now we have all those sounds. I want to run those through some of the mixing plugins. I'm going to move a little bit quicker here because I'm trying to demonstrate everything. What up, Born Justice? We're going to take all these sounds, right click, send them to the melody. So I've made not only, FL Studio sound. What up, Prem Mathers? What up, Anthony's here? Doozy's here. A lot of new folks here. So if we go to the neon lights, inside of here, we have presets for the mixer. So if you go to mixer presets, patcher, sing along. What up, says Rock? We're going to load up some presets for melody. So one of them is called Wizard5. This is one of my favorite plugins for melodies. This thing just transforms melodies. I have presets for 808s, presets for beats, presets for melodies, vocal, and pretty much melodies for the most part. So now I'm going to make this melody sound more vibey. So right now it's just doing whatever, but let's give it a vibe. I'm also going to play a top line with the bell. Okay, so let me find that top note. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's now starting to have a vibe. instead of just like this random texture that it was before. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. And please give me feedback as to what you want to see next, because there's a lot in there now, but I'm going to be really focusing and trying to work with the people in our Discord to build this up. So now it's starting to get a vibe with this plugin here. I hear a new melody, like, see if I could add that. Let's do a different instrument. Bear with me, y'all. I know this is taking a little bit. So I have other melody plugins in here, like Dark Magic, Dark Power, Elixir is a really good one for Dimension, R&B Machine, Tapeify. Let's try some of these. I forget exactly what all of these sound like, because some of these are made a while ago. Okay, Tapeify. It's that vibey. So I'm just stacking. So here's before. Sounds are cool. But once you add the effects, it adds that vibe. Let's add some drums in here. Kind of like Tyler the Creator vibe right now. Let's add some bully finger drums, like I said I would. 1, 2, 10. So 1, 2, 10. This is like an underlying rhythm. And that was a random example. You gotta bear with me. I'm picking random sounds and just like randomly putting stuff together. So when you have more, let's group all this together just to show you something here. Let's group that, hit Control G. So let me, how can I put this all in one instrument? Let me think. I don't think there's a way. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna load up those same MIDI sounds into a piano just to show you what it would sound like with a regular piano. So you don't think you need all these random like atmospheric sounds. Okay, let's copy this MIDI. I'm gonna copy the top line, paste. We're gonna copy the chords, paste, and then we're gonna copy, you know what, that top line might, and then this right here. All right, there we go. So now if I solo that and run it through the same exact processing, it's going to have a really unique sound. So let's run it through 6. Let's do 7 through 6. So I'm a sound designer, so I really get weird with sounds. Who are the 10 Billboard templates to buy? Let me see here. Taylor Swift is in there. Let me load them up. Give me a second. It's in the Beatmaker Blueprint. Top 10 Billboard are at the time of when I created this was Taylor Swift, Doja Cat, SZA, Drake, Bad Bunny, Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, Drake, Morgan Wallen. So Morgan Wallen's country. I believe Luke Combs is country, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I think Zach Bryan is either pop or country. Bad Bunny's like Spanish reggaeton type hip hop. Drake is hip hop. SZA was R&B. Doja Cat was like R&B hip hop. Taylor Swift is pop. So you have a nice spread of the Billboard Top 10. Thank you. I appreciate y'all bearing with me as I'm like showing you random sounds. Okay, let's hear what the piano sounds like. So this is what the piano melody sounds like. Now here's before. Let's run it through these effects now. So as you can see, it definitely adds a vibe. All right. So that's just with one instrument as a piano. So I picked random instruments. So some of the sounds aren't truly stacking, but I'm not going to waste time trying to get the exact sound going. Okay, now let's keep going. Actually, I kind of like that piano. Now I'm like, it just fits that lo-fi vibe. So beginners would have been like, this beat is whack, but they just don't understand. Like my brain is thinking 12 steps ahead, which is, it's different. Can't blame anybody. But simply swapping out the main instrument and just making it more simple, where it's not like 3 instruments playing one thing. I just can't comprehend nor fathom how this is only $26. This is probably our future in a vault for absolutely no money. I wouldn't be surprised if this was thousands of dollars. It's going to get there eventually, to where we're going to have tons and tons of value. Right now, and if I had to put a real price on it, it'd be like $49.95, somewhere around $60. I wouldn't say it's beyond that just yet. This is just the beginning though. And it's just going to keep going, getting more valuable. I appreciate you with the testimonial. I think there's a lot of work to be done, but I just need to know what people want, so I'm not wasting time building stuff you don't want. Because one thing about sound design, it takes a lot of time. And that's why it doesn't even matter if people take sounds. It's like, it still takes a bunch of time to make it. Let me add some more bully finger sounds in here. Very lo-fi with these drum samples. Kind of like it just like this. Very easy listening. It's a cool little texture. Shout out to Eldre. Is this lo-fi? I don't know. Sounds like it. You can study to this beat. So that is a demonstration of at least the effects. I didn't really stack the sounds very well, let's just be honest. Let's see how much time I have. We've been going live for what? An hour? So I'm going to speed run this next beat very quickly, and then we'll do a little Q&A at the end. Good question. Anthony says it's yearly. I can't read the next word. And it's yearly, correct? Yearly payments. Yeah, I did yearly because within a year's time, who knows how much stuff's going to be there. So I got to be fair to myself. I can't just give everything away for $9.99. It's just, it won't make sense economically for my time. But yeah, $29.99 for the first year. We're going to, honor the early birds who take action. All the people who aren't sure yet, that's fine. But next year, it could go up in price. Can't guarantee that it will, but it could. You never know. It's like a stock. Okay, so let's say live stream. I'm not going to lie to you like a marketer. It will go up in price by next year. It's like by next year, who knows what I'm thinking about next year? People lie so much to sell stuff. Live stream, let's call this Sounds Vault 2. It bothers me how much people lie to sell stuff. Live stream Sounds Vault 2. So hopefully we put pressure on those beta boys. Beta boys, that's funny. On those beta boys who always, no shade to J Cactus, no shade to Producer Grind. I got to be careful when hold on, I missed the text. Give me a second. Oh, okay. I was wondering why my son was so quiet. My fiance is already. Oh, okay. That's why I should have my phone up here. I wouldn't have missed that text. My fault. My phone was on the floor. If you're watching or listening, baby, my phone was on the floor. My bad. The whole time I'm sitting here trying to be quiet, making lo-fi beats. My son wasn't even in the other room. I could have been cranking the speakers and blasting trap beats. My bad, y'all. I thought he was asleep. I didn't want to wake him up. Well, now we can make real beats. Apparently, this is Fatherlight. Oh, she's right there. That's my beautiful fiance, Day Day DeVille. For those who don't know, doing all the hard work so that we could do these live streams. Give her heart Day Day to show some respect. It's my beautiful fiance, right there. Thank you, baby. My fault. I just saw the text. I happened to turn to the right and look at my phone on the floor and saw that. So my what's the word? My apologies on the delay there. But yeah, it's yearly because I'm trying to break the business model of here's the business model. Let's just be honest and straightforward. The business model that all these sound companies have right now is, and again, no shade to Jay Cactus. I love that guy. He's one of the UK boys. He's in the mastermind. Why would I talk trash about people in the mastermind? You know, shout out to Producer Grind, Dylan, one of the most people I respect out of the community. So I'm tired of the business model, however, of, you know, hey, I got a new sound pack coming. Everybody sign up so when the beta is released, you'll be able to use the beta. Okay. Then after the beta, they do a remix contest to promote the sound pack using you. And then once you promote the crap out of the pack, then they do a light launch, you know, where they kind of give out some licenses of the launch to the very early birds. You know, then they do the real launch, which has thousands of quantity of a digital product that's infinite. And then they give you like an offer for some, what do you call those things? USB drives. So like we only have 10 USB drives and only 10 people in the world are going to get these, even though they can copy and paste the files and just share them online. So it's not really like digital files are digital files. Like you cannot act like there's a quantity to an infinite item. And to me, it's just playing on people's emotions. I don't like that. And so now with the blockchain, that's actually quantifying a digital thing. That's real quantity of a digital product. Whereas this little fake USB thing is so fake. So what I said was, let me just build a warehouse of stuff that everybody can like benefit from. And it's just going to it's just a cost to get into the warehouse. And every year, I'm going to stack that warehouse full of all the stuff you would ever need to make your own drum kits, your own packs, you guys' own content. So you can use it for free to give out to your audience, to build your audience. You could even just use it as a music producer, whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to build a warehouse of just sounds. Like I showed you, my hard drive, just one hard drive. This isn't all of them. Just this one has 730 gigabytes of sounds. 730, and that's, well, yeah, that's just this hard drive. So 730 gigs. So I was like, you know what? We producers are hunters and gatherers. We like to hunt sounds down and we like to cook them up. That's what we do. We have producer cookups with the sounds that we hunt down. We're hunters. And so I said, let me just create a warehouse full of everything that we hunt and then put it in one place so that or I guess metaphorically speaking, it would be the sound is kind of a weapon if you use it, but it's also the animal or whatever people hunt. No shade to PETA and all them. But yeah, my analogy is kind of falling apart with the animal thing. It doesn't make sense. But I'm going to make a whole warehouse full of stuff that is valuable and partially rare. And we are going to keep adding value to it. And this is one price. I was just tired of the beta into the launch, into the this, into the this, the upsell that. And it's just too much. Just give me sounds for one price and stop making it complicated. Okay, so that's that. What do you guys want to make real quick? I have a little bit of time because I didn't realize my fiance was handling my little chunky chunk. How many people are in here? Shout out to y'all. Y'all are soldiers. Since you guys are soldiers, what do you guys want to know? I'm going to do Q&A. I'm going to do whatever you want for the next 20 to 30 minutes. So speak now, forever hold your pieces. R&B. Yeah, R&B is all about the flat 5, minor 7 flat 5 / sharpening the fifth and the ninth of a dominant chord. That's going to give you a lot of the R&B sound. Also flattening the tonic and the fifth, I should say, of a minor seventh. So let me quickly show you what that sounds like. So all you really need to do to sound like a R&B pro is this one trick. Oops. Let's go to, this is D minor 7. Let me load up an R&B type sound. Hold up, y'all. Let's do a Rhodes. All right, so if you want the R&B sound, simply play a minor 7th chord. Being a dad is there's no gift like it on the planet Earth. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars over time, not freaking in one day, okay? I'm not using that to flex. I'm saying money doesn't equate to the amount of joy a child does. It doesn't. Like, the amount of joy that comes from a child is beyond whatever you could even think of as far as worldly things. Find love in your relationship, and hopefully you guys can bear children. Now, having a child is like one of the most traumatic things I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, the fact that a woman has to go through that is pretty impeccable. So, I mean, find somebody hopefully that's willing to try, but don't pressure people to have children. Like, that is, it's traumatic as freak. Okay, so if you have the root and the fifth, this A and D, flatten these down one. Now you have your R&B vibe. It's just that simple. Very simple to make R&B stuff, as long as you follow that rule. So basically, it's whenever you want, whenever you're playing a minor 7th, flatten your tonic in your 5th. Whenever you're playing a major 7th, you can sharpen the tonic in the 5th. Gives you an R&B sound. I don't know why this sounds so quiet. Maybe my headphones are too low. It's probably what it is. Here we go. Also, you want to learn about the diminished major 7th chord. So in short, it's a diminished chord, which is BDF on your keyboard with the major 7th. So that would be 0, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then with this chord, you can transition into a lot. Let me go down a little bit. Nah, never mind. You could do a lot with that. So diminished major 7th chord, another chord. Now another chord is the major 6th add 9 chord. So basically, if you go to the advanced tab, 6 add 9, that's another R&B chord. I learned that from MG The Future. It's a nice turnaround chord. I'm doing well, Oguap. Having fun, can't complain. It's launched. It took a long time to launch the Sounds Vault, so that's what took up a lot of my brain power. But now we're going to continue with the Discord record label. We just got the acapella in. Let me see what I didn't even hear the acapella. So let me play it for you guys so you guys could hear. Let me switch my screens just temporarily. Hold up. So I could log in real quick. The panning is messing with my census. Top 5 VSTs for Kanye. Good question. Let me think. For Kanye, they don't really use plugins, to be honest with y'all. They use samples a lot. Like, if you listen to a lot of their stuff, it's samples or it's analog synths. They don't really use plugins like that. But if you wanted, I'll show you in a second. Just give me a second. Hold up. I'm gonna see what these acapellas sound like. So we just got the acapellas in from Ian. Let me switch screens for you. And okay, so Ian, here's the acapella. Hopefully it doesn't make me download it. So what I'm gonna do is add the BP. So he's basically like the reincarnation of Michael Jackson. and he's like just starting as far as an artist. So I think we found the next, if we could really focus in on chiseling out his sound, like this whole Discord will just have opportunities and placements galore because we're going to create them for ourselves. We're not going to be chasing people. So just join our Discord. So yeah, he sounds like The Weeknd on this one. Crazy. Okay, so we're gonna do a remix contest for his acapellas. So if you can create a beat around the acapella and it's good enough, we're gonna listen to those for song feedback, and then whoever has the dopest beat will get the remix credit. So when you guys put out the record, you guys will have a cut of the actual record. So basically a placement. Okay, and then we're gonna be able to push the remix contest through our marketing means. So there's so much going on in the record label. I'll keep you updated step by step. But I have a genius business plan that is super transparent, and it costs you $0 to be a part of it. So just join our Discord record label. We're starting from zero, and I want to show people how powerful you guys are when you come together and like actually work together. So we're going to do that once we start focusing. But the hard part was finding the artist, and we found Ian in our Discord. So Ian's just dope. Okay, so let me answer your questions. How much do I make? I make enough. It's not really how much you make though, Malu. It's how much do you keep. So it doesn't matter if you made $1 million a year. If you spend 999,000, you don't make much of anything. So it's not about how much you make. It's about how much do you keep. And the keeping part is tricky because the keeping part, you got to think about so many. Here, let me give you a tip. It's not about what you bring in. It's about who you keep out. Okay. So think of your money like, I don't know, like a house. Anytime your money is going out, you need to address that thing and assume that it's robbing your house. You need to think of it that way. Like whatever your expense is, it's taking away from your house. And you need to really be militant about your money like that because it will evaporate in seconds. Okay, because money goes where it multiplies. And if that's not from you, it goes to somebody else who will multiply it. So it goes where it multiplies. And you have to be very vigilant about that. So it's not how much you make. Like in the beginning of YouTube, I was only making $500, like maybe at the high end from YouTube a month. That was my only income source at the time in the beginning when I first started, 2014 or 2013, I forget when. And then over time, I stacked that because I cut all my unnecessary expenses. I didn't have expenses. I think Blogger was free. YouTube was free to upload. I think my email list was free at the time, MailChimp. You get free up to 2,000 contacts, and then you have to start paying after that. But my point is, you need to figure out what is sucking the life out of your house. And that's what you need to get rid of because it's not about how much you make if you're not keeping it. It's just being destroyed as soon as you make it. So it doesn't make sense. How's being a dad treating you? It's amazing. It gives me the greatest joy. R&B and neo soul composition. Oh, you're asking. I struggle to develop from a solid loop. Now, I wish I was a musician, but I'm not that nice with the keys like that. Now, I can play a couple chords like, your 2-5-1. So learn 2-5-1. That's what you want to start with is the 2-5-1 because that will get you used to how to transition between keys. Because as long as you understand the dominant's purpose, which is to transition back to a tonic, you can start to go out of key on purpose. What I mean by that is, when you use the 2-5-1, as long as you use a dominant, let me show you guys something. Let me see. Let's do 2-5-1 real quick. That's 2-5-1. This is called a tritone substitution. I don't know, my screen just evaporated. Speaking of evaporated. Okay, so here's 2-5-1. This is called a tritone substitution. You don't need to memorize this right now. The main goal in showing you this is just that we want to use this dominant chord to lead back to a tonic. So typically this would be G leading to C. So the dominant chord back to the tonic. But let's say you want to land on A and you want to do A minor, which is it's the relative key, but it's a different key. what you would do is go to the fifth of A, in this case E, make your dominant chord here, and then you would resolve on the tonic that you're trying to transition towards, which is in this case A minor ninth. Okay, so you can always resolve, is my point, with dominant to tonic chords. Now, voicing these is, you got to learn how to voice it to sound swaggy, to give you like the hood way to say it. Okay, so this, let's revoice this with a tritone substitution. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Okay, it should look like this with a half step at the bottom. And also you can revoice the fifth and end the ninth to have more of an R&B sound. Now my ear wants to hear A up here. Now also the velocity matters, so there's so much to humanize about this. So that's part of the R&B sound, is this understanding dominant to tonic relationship, but also 2-5-1 is going to be your main chord progression most of the time for R&B. And think about when you're using seventh chords, how can you revoice them? So I could play it like this, which is straight out, or I could raise what's called the third, this note here. I could pull this up an octave. Now the last chord, whatever chord you land on, let's say it's a minor seventh, all you have to do is flatten the tonic in the fifth to create that R&B vibe. And it creates an instant vibe. Now if you land on a major seventh at the last chord, to create a turnaround vibe, you could sharpen your tonic in your fifth. I teach all this at busyworksbeats.com/premium. The best course for that is called Music Theory Magic. But yeah, you can... R&B is about half steps. It's about going out of key on purpose, key modulation sometimes. So that's the key for neo soul and R&B. Now neo soul specifically is all about that major ninth chord, and the mainly major because it's more like a gospel root to it. Now that's a major 11th technically. So now. All you gotta do is say yes. That's E minor, I think 11th chord. Let's count this out. So we have E minor, and then we have, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's what, the ninth? 15, 16, 17. And there's that first chord roughly of say yes. E minor 11th chord played straight out. So it's like dun, 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 dun. So I would have to transpose it up a little bit, but that's the chord type. Mm-hmm. Can you go into... I struggle to develop from a solid loop. Yeah, look into key modulation, look into dominant to tonic resolution. You're going to be able to like have a lot more fluidity when it comes to your chords. Try those techniques I showed you. Can you go into rooting and sidechain all or only in verb situations with sends? Sidechaining and reverb and your decision making on everything. That's going to have to be a dedicated live stream about mixing because that's tedious. And I would only do that technique during like some kind of special EDM thing. I would not use that every single day. Sidechaining and reverb. Unless you're just saying sidechain in general. So the top 5 Kanye. So I think the first one would be Harmony Engine by Antares. Where's it at? Harmony Engine. And what you need to do first, in my opinion, is add auto-tune. Let's do like some random key. Let's just do A minor. Okay, I don't even know A minor off the top of my head. This is a weird key. Let's do C minor. 1, What key do I want to be in? Firstly, figure that out. What key do you want to be in? Let's do dun, 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 dun. Let's figure out that key. Dun, 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 dun. Chord. No C. So we're in the key of some random key. Freaky deaky. Here's my point. Just load up the same key. I'm doing too much. Just load up the same key. So let's say it's C minor. I'm just going to sing randomly into this because I don't have a melody. We're going to go to harmony. Then go to C, natural minor. Dance with me. 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 So that's what that sounds like. Now the Travis Scott plugin is called, dang, I haven't used it in so long. I forgot the name of it. It is, what is this plugin? Why am I going blank? Man, it's a detuner plugin. For some reason, it slipped my mind. I haven't used it in so long. Darn, that's a shame. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's by Sound Toys, and I think it's by Sound Toys. Am I Decapitator? What is that thing called? Like, it starts with an M, I think. Let me see if I can remember. Micro Shift, I think is what it's called. I haven't used this plugin in so long. Okay, so here's what it sounds like. It detunes your vocals similar to what Harmony Engine was doing, but in this case, it doesn't do all that pitch stuff. It just does like a detuning effect. This is really good for that Travis Scott effect if you're looking for widening the vocal and making it sound bigger with that creatively wide sound. Chillin', Oyster, what's up? Thank you for asking. Doing good. I'm doing good, thank you. Mistake of which chords to do on a songwriter. There's really no which chords. I think the mistake people make is the voicing of their chords. Like you think you want this chord, but really you want this chord. So this understanding voicing of the chords, look deeper into voicing. I think that's not a mistake, but something people overlook. What's your background with music? Basically, how did it all begin for you? I had to teach myself mainly. There's a couple people teaching FL Studio, NFX Beats, War Beats, and some other guy on YouTube who was using Reason. I forget his name. That was really it as far as people teaching FL Studio that I knew of, I should say. And that's really it. And then I had to teach myself a lot of this stuff from the ground. So me running into problems and solving it for you, that's kind of why I have 5,000 videos, is because I literally had to like solve problems and then share the solution with you. Why do you think I'm here? Minecraft tutorials? Because you love Minecraft. And I'm making tutorials. And you know what? I might play Minecraft later. Dope. Busy Records. No, it's not even going to be branded as me. I don't even want to take the shine for this record label. I still haven't come up with a name for it yet. Maybe Discord Records. It's going to be called Discord. All right, guys. I think we are. Chord stamping is goated. I know how to make chords from scratch, but if you know exactly what you want, yeah, true. It's more of a reference for people who know what's going on. How much should you stack melodies when it's not enough and when it's too much? A simple answer is melody is 4 layers. It has a rhythm layer. It has a harmony layer. It is a top line melody layer, and it has a contrast layer. Anytime you create multiple things within each layer and they go against each other, that's when you're going to have clashing, and that's when your melody's going to sound like too much is going on. Like when the rhythm, let's say you have a rhythm guitar and then you add a rhythm like melody. Now they're fighting for like attention, so you're going to have clashing. So melody comes down to those 4 layers. Simplified that way, you'll make a lot more clean melodies. The panning is messing with my senses. Okay, so I think we've answered everything. But again, top 5 plugins, again, they use more analog synths. So you're not really going to get the sound from a sound plugin. You're going to get it from a analog synth, and then you can run it through some plugins like these processing plugins. But yeah, Auto-Tune, definitely 1. Harmony Engine, definitely 2. Microshift, 2 more for Kanye. Maybe he like guitar plugins. Run your guitar through Harmony Engine if you never tried that before. Let me show you guys what that would sound like. Let's do Stratocaster. So Mike Dean, I said that this was Mike Dean's secret, and he DM'd me. He's like, how do you know this? So like from Mike Dean himself, basically verified that what I was teaching you guys was legit, because I use my ears to figure stuff out. So let's run this guitar through here and play. What key did I put? C minor. All right. So now if you play C minor. So that's a cool sound you can use for electric guitar as well. So it's more like technique than it is plugin for Kanye type sound. And lastly, I guess if there's a plugin sound, Scorch is super specific. It's made by my best friend Jacob is his name. He is behind Sauceware Audio. And he built this plugin because he's worked with Travis. He's been around Travis and them and his whole like producer camps and stuff, or producer folks, you know what I mean? So he's built this with that in mind. So this plugin is pretty much Travis Scott plugin. Sounds are impeccable. Okay, so you get the Travis Scott sound. So Scorch, if anything, I have an affiliate link, but just go to his website and support. I think it's worth the price. It's just super Travis Scott. It's probably the only plugin I could say is built specifically for Travis Scott sound. When and where? Wait. I'm going to answer 2 more questions and I'm going to be out because I'm a little exhausted, y'all, to be honest with you. Okay. I have a question about routing, not how to route, just the situations involved and what to do in each situation. When and where and how to route, only route in general. Well, you should always be routing, but when and how and the percentage each route should be. There's just not a cookie cutter thing like that. Remind me, Anthony. So when we go live next time, when we get into mixing, I'll tell you why I'm grouping sounds and why I'm sending a little bit of this vocal over to the reverb and a little bit over there and why I'm doing stuff. It'll make more sense. But just you have to keep reminding me because I'm going to forget if you don't remind me. KK says, or Key says, what do you think is the best synthesizer plugin for customizing wavetables like Serum Pigments? You said customizing wavetables? Serum. I mean, Serum beats everything. We got to be honest here. Nothing's beating Serum. Now, you probably didn't know you can load up wavetables in GMS. So if you go to over here, click the drop down, go to load waveform. You probably didn't know you could do that. And then you can go into your libraries of wavetables, wherever you keep yours, and load up a waveform. So, like, guarantee you probably didn't know that. Because I didn't even know it. Let's load up a random wavetable here. Just clicking on random stuff. I don't even know what's what. So here's a waveform. And now you can modify it in GMS. Detune it. I didn't realize that was not the user default. Let's do that again. So here's the default. Let's load that waveform. So this is for more sound designers who want to take the time to like really get deep with sound. So now you say, what can I do with the sound? I can widen it. I can FM the sound. I could change the FM modulator to lower the. I could add a cutoff envelope, give it a decay curvature, lower the octave, and now we have a nice bass. You hear that? So you can do a lot with GMS. People overlook that all the time. I didn't know that for the longest time. We got Crispy Akiyama here. We finally got the acapellas, Crispy. I know you've been waiting, but he said he lost files on his old hard drive, so I had to be patient, and he provided the acapellas. Also, I was moving the studio room to a different room, so he waited on me for that. So we're both patient with each other, and yeah, he sent in the acapellas. So we're gonna be doing a remix contest next, and then the mixing is gonna go to you. But we're also gonna do a mixing contest, but I want you to actually do the mixing on the record. But we'll do the mixing contest just for fun. So sick. Finally. What about Vital? I don't use Vital. I heard people talk about it, but I don't use it. How to find lost sounds. So if your FL Studio ever loads up and it has like red things where it says like lost sounds, go to your options, go to file settings, click where it says browser extra search folders, click a folder and just choose your entire hard drive. Wherever that sound is on the hard drive, FL Studio will search through all the folders until it finds that sound. So in this case, let's say you don't know where it's at. I'm going to add my entire hard drive as the sound source. Now that's a little tedious because it's the entire hard drive, but wherever you put your sounds, like your downloads folder or whatever, add that. And then now reload the project and FL will probably find the sound, assuming that you have it still on your computer somewhere. I keep my sounds on external hard drives, so that used to happen. But now a better habit is when you go to save, go to file and save to a new project folder. And then let me go here. Let's create like a new folder. Because you want to put your data folder in here. So save that. And just save as whatever. And then make sure you go to options, project general settings, and search for your data folder, store data relative to project file. So you have the project file in this specific folder. It should be the same folder you just loaded up. And that way all your stuff goes to one folder. Pardon me, and it doesn't go to all these random places on your computer. That's important so you don't lose stuff, basically is what I'm saying. Iridium Q36 space modulator. Yeah, I heard that Iridium. Is it Iridium or Ludium? Let me figure out what the heck this is. Sounds like a spaceship. We're about to end this live. Y'all are like soldiers for being in here so long. Oh, space modulator. That's hilarious. I thought you were talking about the Iridium plug, the Iridium synth.
Pardon me again, Doc, but just what did you mean by that crack about the Earth being gone?
Oh, I'm going to blow it up. It obstructs my view of Venus.
It does? That's a shame.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. The Iridium Q36 explosive space modulator. That creature has stolen the space modulator.
Whoa, I'm audio tripping. Whoa, hold up. Glitchy. Dang, Google Chrome's trying to break my whole audio interface. The modulator. I must sample that. That's actually kind of hard. I didn't know that was all in one clip. Space Earth shattering kaboom. I didn't know that was all one clip. Do you provide classes online? Not live classes. We may do a webinar class at some point. I'm going to pull in other instructors and other producers you guys respect. We'll do that type of thing where we have guests, stuff like that. I think is worth it. But I don't teach live classes because I don't like wasting my time, really. What do you think of his best? I have a mastering question. How will I know if the song I'm making is done? Listen to it everywhere, and if you don't like it, then you go back to it. All right, cool. So we have done enough today. We've been live streaming for almost 2 hours. I'm getting a little exhausted. I got cookies waiting on me. I forgot I baked. So I'm going to wish you guys well. Peace. Thank you. Oh, also go to busyworksbeats.com/sounds to learn more about the Sounds Vault. I'll be building it in real time so you guys can see the behind the scenes and tell me what you guys want in it next. And I'll tell the Discord about the record label stuff today. So keep an eye